everybody, it's Stamp Patties here, stamping in my flaps. Welcome to the Flip Flop Only Zone. I am going to share with you today a shaker card made with the Jar of Flowers bundle. This is a photopolymer stamp set available in our brand new annual catalog, and it has a coordinating punch. The card that we're going to make today is a shaker card, and this is what it looks like. So if you're ready, I'm ready. We're going to get started. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the measurements because those will be on my website with this video post so that you will have everything that you need. Misty Moonlight, brand new color, Bumblebee, brand new color, and Whisper White are the colors we're using. I am going to adhere my Bumblebee layer to my Moonlight layer, leaving about an 1/8 inch border on all 4 sides. And then I'm going to adhere that layer to the center of the card, and it's going to leave about a 1/2 inch border all the way around. And then I am going to set that aside. Okay, that's the easiest part of this card. This card has a lot of steps, but it's not difficult. We're going to take the white top layer that we will ultimately be stamping on, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our jar punch. We're going to put it in the white cardstock till, we want to go as close to the bottom as we can without ruining the layer, obviously. And we want to center it on the left and the right as well. We have the whole of the punch facing up, and we are going to squeeze with both hands and punch that jar right out of that rectangle. So you're going to see that you have the cutout and you have the negative image. I'm going to place this down. I'm going to put the jar back in the place that I just punched it out of, because I'm going to be stamping my stalks for my bouquet, as well as the sunflower images. I'm going to be stamping the stalks. Make sure my closed side is down, and I'm stamping with Memento ink. I'm stamping these stalks. I'm using a foam pad because this is photopolymer and does not have any cushion. So these stalks are going to go fairly close to the bottom. They're going to be barely poking out of the top of the jar. Okay. Here we go. Ta-da! So you can see that I stamped with that entire piece there. I'm going to take this piece out now and set it aside, and I'm going to ink up my sunflowers. And they are going to go in this fashion. So I'm going to try to get as close to those stalks as I can without covering them up. Perfect. I'm very happy with that. Okay, I can remove my foam pad now, and I can cover up my ink. I am going to be coloring these images. I'm using olive and granny apple green for the stalks. And I'm a very haphazard colorer because to me, watercolors are not perfect. So I'm doing the light color first. And then I will add some of the dark just to give a little shading. Okay, now I also want the jar to look as though it has water. So I'm using my Pool Party Light to color in between the stalks and make it appear as though the jar has water in it. Okay. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to go ahead and color my sunflowers. I'm using Mango Melody Dark on the inside where I have my little hashtag lines that look like, you know, shading. Okay, and then I'm using my Daffodil to do the tips. I want them to be lighter. And again, I'm a haphazard colorer because as far as I'm concerned, watercoloring is not perfect. It's one of those things that you kind of are blending. Okay, I do need the green back out here because the stalks that we colored in the jar have to also have on the top so that they go together, they blend together. I'm using the olive on the leaves out here. And again, making this, I'm just kind of making little dots here. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to use Daffodil in the center of this one to make it look like a cone flower. And then I'm using Balmy Blue Dark in some spots. Let's see, here, a little bit of the dark. Okay, then I'm gonna fill in with the light. Okay, last thing to do is to color the center of my sunflowers, and I'm using the soft suede light for that, and I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, here we go. Let's get our card back out. This is the trickiest part of the project, and it's building the shaker. Okay, so we're gonna place this image in the center where I would want it to be, but I am not going to glue it down yet. I am going to put adhesive on the back of my jar because that's the only thing that I want to glue down right now, okay? So I am going to carefully hold this white piece where I would want it to go. I'm going to fit this, I put adhesive on the back of this. I'm going to fit it right in here. I'm going to adhere it really well, and then I'm going to take this piece off. Okay? All right, next phase, using one of our jar domes. I use my paper snips because they're really pointy. I am going to carefully remove the protective tape from the top part of the back of the dome and the top part of the front of the dome. Okay, I only want to remove just this top part for what I'm going to do next. And I want to be really careful not to continually touch the adhesive because I want it to remain really sticky. I have a piece of our 3/8 inch denim ribbon that is going to go around the back of the dome. And then see where the jar has like this little indent that it would be like the mouth of the jar. I'm going to be really careful about not sitting this somewhere. I'm going to tie my ribbon in a knot, trying to get it into the center of the dome if I can. If you're worried about this touching something and getting sticky, the best thing to use is your silicone pad because it does not stick to the silicone, so I can lay it there if I want. And again, I'm tying it in a knot. Boy, I guess I was pretty stingy with that ribbon, huh? Tying it in a knot on the front of the shaker card. I mean, on the front of the dome. Okay, so I can trim this up later. Now that I have gotten that done, I want to remove the remainder of the protective tape from the front of the dome. Okay, I'm going to take my stamped image, I'm going to put my dome through the back side, being careful here, through the back side. Remember, this is sticky, so this is going to go through the cutout. Make sure your knot goes through the cutout. There we go. And make sure it's positioned correctly, and really firmly, using that silicone mat, really firmly press that white front to the globe. And now it is secure in there. It's not going to come out. Okay? All right. We're almost done. We are going to very carefully take off the tape from the back of the dome, and I am going to put adhesive, I'm using liquid glue, on the white card. I'm going to set it aside. I'm taking shaker material. In this case, I am using the Flowers for Every Season gems, and I am going to very carefully position these gems so that they sit only on the white jar, okay, because I don't want them to roll. Our last step is to take this layer that we have so carefully, put glue on, and we're going to position our dome so that we can see the background of the white jar. I'm going to press it down, and I'm going to press firmly all around the dome. And my friends, we have successfully completed our shaker card. I thank you so much for tuning in to StampPatties.com. Never forget, you are the flip to my flop. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you come back often. Have a great day.